everybody. Welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we're just two oldish, youngish ladies talking about being a girl's girl, which I love.
Yeah, me too.
I think that it's something that we need to celebrate more of, just being a girl's girl. I remember I had to explain what a girl's girl was to somebody that I think they were maybe a boomer. I don't remember, but something like that.
I think you should explain it now.
A girl's girl?
Yeah.
A girl. Okay. So a girl's girl is someone that is just really there for the ladies. Like, she's there for her friends. She steps up. She's like supportive, positive, kind of the opposite of a pick-me. So like a pick-me girl is one that really is like obviously and kind of obsessively, obnoxiously seeking male attention and validation, and usually at the detriment to other women. So they like to put other women down in front of guys, or put quote unquote feminine things down of like, I'm not like that. Where I feel like a girl's girl, you just celebrate everything girly, like girldom in the whole umbrella. So that can be like our super like cottagecore frilly girlies to like our complete opposite goth girlies. Like whatever your thing is, we just support and we love and we encourage. And I'm super excited to talk about this because I'm trying to be a better girl's girl. Like I feel like I'm a girl's girl, but like we all can improve. So
yeah,
but I want to be like the best girl's girl possible.
I love that.
Yeah. I feel like you're a girl's girl for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to be.
Yeah. Like I mean, I've known you forever, and like you're so positive, and I've never seen you act in a way that's like diminishing to women or tries to like really put anybody else down or whatever.
I hope not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit of a mean girl, but like I'm recovering. Like mainly it's in my head now, but I really do try to be a girl's girl.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
What are some of the ways that you see or want or experience being a girl's girl?
I think one of the biggest things is just having grace.
Mm-hmm.
Grace for yourself, but grace for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know other people's circumstances or their stories or why they're at where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's gracious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having grace, like I want people to, behave a certain way or have a certain standard, but also have grace, like that's not always going to happen. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Well, like I kind of look at it too as like meeting people where they're at, like meet your friends where they're at. So it's like, if your friend can only give 50% today, that's fine. Like you can't demand the other 50. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
And having grace that with just the expectations of just,
That's what I have on one of my things is like realistic expectations for your friends.
Yes.
And what each friendship is. Like, it's just not fair for me to have an expectation on you for something I know that you're not going to be able to like be successful at and then get bitter.
Right.
So it's so much more fun when you have realistic expectations with your friends, because it is all fun.
Right.
For the most part.
Yeah. Well, and another huge part of that is, like you already mentioned, being encouraging and supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not going to agree with all of my friends' choices or all of the way that they live their life, but I can still be encouraging and supportive to them. And that's what I want to be.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a huge part of being a girl's girl is like celebrating the small wins in life. I think we have a tendency to celebrate the big things like engagements, weddings, babies, stuff like that. That's very centric to like standard, this is the trajectory that we all need to take. And I think it's so amazing when we can celebrate we can celebrate that, but we can also celebrate like our friends like getting a promotion, or I feel like I've celebrated with my friends before doing like, oh my gosh, I cleaned my office, and we're like, like just those little things. I saw the best TikTok. There were these girls, and they were young. They were like in their 20s or something, and one of the girls had a dry spell, and they bought her a cake because she hooked up with someone. And they're like, congratulations on ending your, celibacy or something like that.
Hilarious.
And it just made me laugh. And I was like, that's what I want from my girlfriends. Like, I just want, something that's interesting to me? Like, I notice I always call my girlfriends, but I don't always hear younger generations calling their friends girlfriends. And I think that's interesting. I'm wondering if that's a generational thing. If that's
what do you hear them calling?
I don't even know. I need to go look. I don't remember what they call their friend. I think they say they're friends.
Yeah.
I don't know if they say they're girls or whatever, but I was like, oh, my girlfriends, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, oh, I wonder if that's am I old? I think I'm old, but it's fine.
It is.
It might be an old term,
and it could be.
Yeah, but anyway, but I think celebrating your girlfriend's big wins, small wins, like
that's what I had.
All of it.
I had thought of that too when I was thinking about talking about this with you. Is that's huge. Being a girl's girl is celebrating. You're celebrating with the girls in your life, whatever it is, and being excited, and not just celebrating. Doesn't have to be an event.
No.
It's just the enthusiasm and the excitement of
the acknowledgement
sharing in what they're excited about, or what something they've accomplished, something they've experienced, or a goal they've reached, or whatever.
Yeah. I think what you said there was really good too. It's like something that they value, something that they're excited about. Because I can get excited about things that I think are cool in your life, but you might, well, that wasn't even a big deal. But you didn't even care about the fact that, I rode my boat for 16 miles, Beth. And I'd be like, oh, sorry. Like, I think it's just really like, what are they passionate about? And be like, yes, Jayme, I'm so glad you stayed up till 3 a.m. dancing. Go
right?
you. Yeah. I think that's great. Yeah.
I want to do that again.
I know you do.
I'd rather it start at 5 p.m. And end a lot earlier. I don't want to be up till 3 a.m. But if it means that I've been dancing for 6 hours, I mean,
you're there.
That's exciting to me.
I think of another thing that, like, when you're saying celebrating like successes, I think another thing is compliments. Like, I'm trying to be actively complimenting people now. It is not in my nature. And I know I have coworkers I probably drive crazy because, I work with a team of people and I'm not always the best at being like, great job doing X, Y, Z. So I'm trying to be a little bit better at that in my workplace, but also like out in the world. So if I see someone with like amazing nails, like I was at just like a drive-through car wash, and the employee there, her nails were done so cute. Like every nail was a different design. They were just so adorable. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love your nails. And like, you could just see the like face light up. And I'm like, I need to do this more often because I love it when a girl on the street will be like, oh my gosh, I love your hair color. Like I had the best stylist a while ago, hairstylist, and she was such a good colorist. And she would just do things. And I got stopped several times based on hair.
What happened? Where'd she go?
She moved to LA.
That's unfortunate
of course.
for you.
Yes. But it's just like, just little things like that of just saying like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I saw a girl at work and she had the coolest metallic purple eye makeup on and it just looked great. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love your eye makeup. And again, twinkle in the eye immediately. So I think the more we can compliment each other in a real way.
I love that.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's so good. It just, and I just want to say this, not for clout. Like if you're someone that's doing this and you're taking like a video of it and posting on the internet, I'm going to tell you that doesn't count. You have to do it just because it's good to do and fun to do, and you don't get any internet points for it.
I think another huge part about being a girl's girl is not being competitive.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing somebody else's success or good fortune or even if it's something that you want in your own life and you don't have yet, but they have in their life, and not feeling that competition, but feeling just a genuine happiness for that person and all of the above, right? Encouraging, supporting, celebrating, all of those things, but in a non-competitive motivation. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. And I feel like it's completely counterculture to how we're raised as women in the United States. We are like really raised to be competitive with each other from such a young age. And I think that's so sad.
It is
and
sad.
I think it can be
very unfortunate.
I think it can be a really hard pattern to break to not feel competitive, and its competitiveness obviously has its place because I look at like rugby players or sports, like you have to have a competitive edge, but like that day-to-day competitiveness can be so gross. Like when I was working with teens, you saw it sometimes of just like people trying to one up or be the best, but at the detriment to someone else. And it's fine to want to be the best and do your best and like exceed and excel and shine. Yeah. But I agree. Like you never want to have it be at the cost of somebody else putting them down or going after something because you wanted it.
I'm thinking of this SNL sketch with this.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're going to say.
With the lady who's just one-upping every
Kristen Wiig was the girl, right?
Yeah. And it or comment, and it is ridiculous, but it's hilarious too.
But I feel like we've all known someone like that where you're like, oh my gosh, I have the best news. And like, oh my gosh, well, I did this and
Yeah.
just like
my news is even better.
And you're just like, oh, okay, thank you for stealing my shine.
Exactly.
And my thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I want to rewatch that.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
It's so good. I'll put a link in the show notes to one of the episodes because it's so good. I think being a girl's girl is looking out for the next generation. I think it's really important for us to like give advice to younger women, like give like, opportunity, also like pay for meals. Like that's a big thing. Like it's hard sometimes because I have big age gaps in my friendships, sometimes like 10 years or whatever. And I feel like if you're doing well and someone's starting off or you have an intern or whatever it is, it's like, yeah, I'm going to pay for you. Like I'm going to give you a little treat here and there because I'm supporting you. And I don't know. I love the idea of like looking out for the next generation and like being so excited for them. Like I love seeing what Gen Alpha and Gen Z are doing. I know there's always this like hilariously like ridiculous discourse. So, like it's Gen Z versus millennials on the internet and like all these weird videos about the infighting and them calling us cringe and us calling those other things, which I think is all stupid. But I love seeing like young girls just like out there getting it, like getting excited about things. There's something so amazing about youth. Like right now is at work, we have a lot of interns that come in during this time of year. And it's always so exciting to see people that are like, they're not jaded yet. They don't really have a chip on their shoulder. They haven't been working for 20 years and have to pay a mortgage and think about all the things. And they just come in excited with ideas and just, sparkling with enthusiasm. And like the whole world is their oyster. And it's so nice and refreshing to see that. And I think it gives us so much value too, to be like, I was like that once too. And I can still be like that, So I don't know.
I do think that it, like you mentioned, it is counterculture. And that's because we live in a very patriarchal culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes against that because, we're not going to get all into all of that, but it has benefited men to have a patriarchal society where we have been conditioned to be against each other, to be in competition, to, I don't know. It's just
to center men.
But to be able to be a girl's girl now is counterculture. And I think the younger generations are less. Like, I think that we have been fighting against the patriarchy for some time, and it's making a difference in the environment that the girl that like my daughter is in.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
There was this documentary that came out, I don't know, several years ago. Again, I'll link it. I think it's called Riot Girls, and it's based on, oh my gosh, I totally just blanked. It was like a girl, I say a girl group, but it was like a girl rock band in like the early 90s. I feel like they're called the Riot Girls, but forgive me if I'm wrong. And the lead singer is like amazing, and she's been in tons of bands, and it was kind of her story of like being in these primarily like male dominated genres, because you think about like early 90s grunge and rock and stuff like that were very like, they weren't necessarily female friendly. And so she's out there singing in like very like equal rights, women empowerment, all of this stuff. It was like so good. And you see all these girls and they're just like in it. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have been in Seattle during that time or in a bigger city to like more experience it. But it's just like, I don't know. I just love it. Like they were like very much girls. Like, we're here for the girls. They would call out guys at their shows and like, you can't do that. Get out of here. And it's just like creating space for women to just be women and just like be fully themselves and in it without fear of like judgment or literal danger. It's just like such a powerful thing. And I think that's the most girls thing you can do is creating space for women that is safe, that's encouraging, that is loving, that's inspirational. I don't know. I don't think there's anything better.
No. I love that so much.
Yeah.
The other thing that came to my mind is just self-care.
Oh.
And I think that is because we are role models to our peers and to other women in our life. And when we prioritize our own health or our own like taking care of ourselves, I think that is healthy and good.
Yeah.
And we need to, because there has been some messaging about, sacrificing and doing taking care of everyone else. I'm a girl too, and I'm going to be a better girl's girl. I'm going to be a better just human if I am recognizing and taking care of the needs that I also have and also treating myself because I will ask myself sometimes if I'm thinking about, just as an example, like a gift for somebody. And I'd be like, 100% I would get that for them. I would love them to have that. Like I would love to, and then I think, well, would I do that for myself? And I'm saying more and more now, yes, I would.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. I think that's it's such good role modeling for people when we take care of ourselves, when we're doing things for ourselves and celebrating ourselves. I think it gives permission for other people to do the same. I kind of want to jump into too, like not yucking someone else's yum, which is typically a want term.
Yeah.
But I think that sometimes when it goes like going back to competitiveness, we say, this is the box that includes girlhood. This is what it is to be a woman. And if you're outside of that box, then like, not you. And I think the more we can just be like embracing what other people love and what brings them joy and they care about is like such a beautiful thing. Like I've had friends that are like really into like that gaming role play where like, I think it's called LARPing, where you dress up as characters or go do something like that, or they're into like D&D and stuff. Those are places that I don't exist. Like I don't understand it. It's not my thing. And they might be like, well, Beth, I don't exist in your world of like, hanging out with your cats and taking a million pictures and like, decorating your house all kinds of ways. Like that's not my thing. But I think it's so cool when we can celebrate both places of girlhood. Yeah. And like just be a girl's girl. And I don't know. I just want everybody to like be chill and celebrate each other and love each other and be like, oh my gosh, I love that this is your genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just makes me so happy. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is a girls summer. Like I love spending time with my girlfriends. I love like the community that comes from just sitting at like brunch and just talking nonsense with like, there's no agenda and we're just talking. And what comes out of that is just for me, so life-giving.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I saw recently there was a study that they looked at women that were in like senior retirement centers, and women just tended to thrive more or something because of the female relationships they had. Like you didn't need to be married and have a family per se, but you could, because even if you had that and maybe they weren't around or they weren't nearby and couldn't visit, so many women were doing fine because they like had friends, and female friends just like does something for us. And
absolutely
being in community like
it's a lifeline.
It is a lifeline.
We need each other.
Like so much, especially nowadays. Like things are just so stressful and, like life be lifing. Like you came into my place today before we were recording. We were both like, life is life, man. It is something else.
Yeah.
And even when nothing is like, for me, like nothing dramatic might be happening, right? Nothing that's like horrible or awful. But sometimes the pure weight of every little thing is so much that like, I just need a release. And I oftentimes find myself just calling one of my friends, and just a 5-minute talk will like release that pressure valve enough that I'm like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I have to say like one more shout out. There's a lady that I work with who's retiring soon. I absolutely love her. She's technically old enough to be my mom, and we're great friends. And I just love the fact like she's a total girl's girl, and she really reps being a girl's girl, and she doesn't have to take time out for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're not in the same like stages of life. We're not in like the same friend group. But when I'm struggling or when she's struggling, we reach out to each other. And then she always follows up. Like, if I'm having a hard time and we process through it, literally she'll send me a text like later that day or the next day, like, you got this, like, I believe in you. And it is like the most encouraging, wonderful thing that I've ever had in my life.
I love that.
Is having women at different stages and ages that are able to like speak into your life. It is powerful, and it's something I hope that we can all seek and find more of.
I agree.
There we go. So I just want to say you look very beautiful today.
Oh, thank you.
And you're a wonderful friend. And I'm so thankful that we are in it together.
Same. Yes. All of those things. Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.